Let's bring back a panel that, well, it's kind of fun to mix it up with these folks. Ellis Henican, my old opposite numbers, back when I was in Congress, he would be on the left and I would be on the right, but I get to moderate because we have as the spokesman for the right and for Republicans, Sarah Isgur Flores, who is the RNC Deputy Communications Director. Sarah, you are resplendent there in your partisan garb today. Are you wearing it in anticipation of a Republican wave for the U.S. Senate?
Yeah, each of these elephants stands for a seat we're going to win.
Well, it's almost like the sands on the beach, too numerous to count. There are only 100 seats in the Senate. Ellis, I would wager you think the GOP is going to have a tough time pulling this off.
Oh, well, I wore a white shirt, by the way, in honor of purity and good, solid American values.
And I got on my white shirt, too, so that's something we can agree on. Conservative point of view. Okay, go ahead.
So listen, it pains me to say this, but Ted Cruz has it about right. And don't expect me to ever say that again.
Wait, no, say it again right now. What did you just say?
The spread, no, I'm not going to do it. The spread is somewhere between, two and three seats if the Dems are lucky, and maybe even 10 or more if the Republicans are lucky. There are huge advantages on the Republican side a couple of weeks out. I don't really know what's going to happen. Sarah doesn't know what's going to happen. JD, you don't know what's going to happen. It's an eternity between now and then, but it's a dicey moment for Democrats, that's for sure.
Well, we can appreciate that fact. That's why we're going to have coverage here on Newsmax TV on election night. But Sarah's right. We have the tape, Ellis, where you said Ted Cruz is right. But anyway, let me get another viewpoint in here. Dr. Cornel West, never one to mince words, offers this evaluation of our two parties. Take a listen.
Well, I think, as you know, I have discussed in some ways with both parties. The Republican Party has always struck me as too mean-spirited when it comes to attitudes toward the poor, and the Democratic Party is too milquetoast, just too empty in terms of not taking a stand.
So Cornel West there, appearing on Hannity on the Fox News channel, dissatisfaction with both parties. Ellis, is that enough to keep people at home in this midterm?
Well, let me just say this. I expect Sarah now to agree with Cornel West. The Republicans are too mean and Dems are too milquetoasty. Listen, the energy is on the opposition. That's often true in midterms. Democrats, like any party that's been with the president in power for 6 years, are starting to feel a little fatigue. And, it could be tough. But again, there's just a lot of time between now and then. Don't do your little jigs yet. It may be a little premature.
Well, Sarah could do a little mid-election syncopation there in her chair in Washington, but we won't ask her to involve any pre-election choreography here. Instead, Sarah, incisive analysis from what's going on. Cornel West may be dissatisfied, but there is something to the notion of dissatisfaction from around America with both political parties here. There is concern about the establishment. Is that going to depress turnout in terms of conservatives rallying to the cause of certain Republican Senate candidates, say like Pat Roberts in Kansas?
What we're seeing is that conservative enthusiasm is actually very high. Tea Party enthusiasm is very high. Democratic enthusiasm, on the other hand, is quite low. And approval of the Democratic Party is the lowest it's been in 30 years. And just to clear up one more thing, Ellis, it's only you that I hate. That's it. I mean, everyone else I'm really nice to.
But you say that in an affectionate way, Sarah, and we know you're just kidding, right? Like, Ellis, your chance to come back with anything, pal. Any rejoinder.
I love Sarah. I'm a lover, not a hater.
There we have
it. Listen, first of all, Sarah, of course what you just said is wrong. I mean, all across the political spectrum, people are frustrated with Washington. They don't like your party any more than they like the Democratic Party.
That's totally different.
Look at the approval. For instance, let me give you one number, Sarah. The approval ratings of the president are at a historic low, right? They're in the high 30s, maybe 40 in some polls. The approval ratings of the Republican Congress are down literally almost in negative numbers. I mean, you Republicans should be so lucky as to have Obama's approval ratings. I mean, people hate both sides.
Here's one number we can't quibble with. Sarah, we're going to let you get a word in when we come back. We will continue this discussion following this timeout. Stay with us.